Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nerds to Human, and welcome back to our King Arthur campaign. You join us with Maddock here as he takes on this big Germanic force. Yes, I think we could see this battle coming. They weren't taking diplomacy last time, and yeah, in the end turn they decided to come to us. They actually have 3 generals here, which is interesting. If nothing else, it's going to be a big part of their family tree knocked out if we can kill all of these guys. But yeah, whilst there's a load of mercenaries, we do need to be aware, of course, of the spear warband. The phalanxes cause us big problems. Do some axemen now, so must bear those in mind. We haven't got our chosen swordsmen into battle yet. They're floating around on Dinim and Samo Bereaver. So we're going to have to head into these guys, hopefully knock out this force. It might be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory for whoever wins, but we'll see about that. We're just going to have to try and hold a line and try and use our missiles and our auxiliary units to good use. I think maybe we can swarm their generals with ours. We might just be able to make the chariots work for us. We'll see about that. Right, let's head into battle. This should be an interesting one. It should really, well, set the face for the coming war. Okay, we're not so much corner fighting as, well, getting towards the end of the map, because we've got ourselves a tidy hill here to defend. So we're going to make use of that best as possible. Now, we're a bit of a wonky angle on the hill towards them. That's only because we've got this nice little ridge to defend. If indeed we can, we will. Probably a good idea, though, to get my chariots heading forward. We'll get some early shots into these guys, particularly try and catch up some of this cav who seem to be out on the flanks here. There's one of the generals. Probably want to go and try and pick him off. So we grab these guys. That's not you, that's just you, please. Grab these guys, you run over there. In fact, we're just going to get our generals to charge straight into this direction. We'll get these guys taken out of the battle ASAP, I think. So, you guys charge into here. Oh, they're immediately going to pull it into a more sensible position for them. I don't really blame them, but we'll start shooting in nonetheless. Hopefully we won't get ourselves killed, but we are going to break them pretty swiftly, I imagine. Into them. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Try and take out these guys firstly and get into these. Annoyingly, they haven't broken, but we'll just have to continue. Let's get these chariots to charge in as well. Just pile on in. Screeching women come in. Their general is broken. Come on, try and kill him. Catch him, catch him, catch him. I think we failed to kill him there. If these guys can just shoot him down, that would be perfect. But yeah, we completely pulled tons of these units out of position now. So we'll wait for the general to come back if indeed it does. If not, well, it's not too much of a problem. We're ripping their formation to shreds here. This is just what we want to see. Axemen, quite dangerous for our general, I imagine. Pull yourselves out of there. No, they've broken. Perfect, perfect. This is exactly the start we wanted. Fine. You guys shoot into them. General needs to be really careful he doesn't get caught by the wrong thing here. We don't want to get ourselves pulled in. Just pull over to those barbarian cav. And if you take out some of these in the meantime, that would be perfect. But just try and pull through. That is a general right there. Don't get yourself killed, sir. Marvellous, he's safe. Right, how are we looking? Because that was a barnstorming start for us. Certainly was. I reckon we keep these chariots up on the hill, continuing to pester as we pull these guys back into the fray. Right, generals, get back in here. The chariots can cause magnificent mayhem, but they are high risk, as we indeed know. So this should break up the mercenaries. They're not going to last all that long against the chariots. There we are. They're routing. Axemen routing. Their line is being torn to shreds. They're charging my chariots, which I'd like to pull back up the hill. So you guys please do that. They are not on skirmish. They shouldn't be. But we do need to be careful. So mopping these guys up at this point. Screeching women, get rid of them. Just stay well clear of these guys. I need to watch these like a hawk. Yeah, pull them back. The amount of micromanagement as the Britons is absolutely staggering. Alright, chariots are pulling back up the hill at this point. What are we going to do about this general? Just hang out right in front of our line at this stage. I looked away for half a second and they've run straight into chariots. Get out of there now, you madmen! Utter lunacy. They actually got away with that, which is interesting indeed. Run back towards the forest. We haven't taken many hits. We have taken a few knocks at this stage. Pull them as far out of position as possible. What I'm actually going to do is start taking them back around. We need to start engaging. General is coming in. To be honest, do I want to get these chariots in? Probably do. They're nice to skirmish with, but I'd quite like to get some of my units in. So we'll get our chariots into them and hopefully break them pretty quickly here. They are incredibly isolated. Yeah, they've broken. They've broken. The heads are all going to smash into our own units. Just hold off, headmen. The head hurlers are causing way too many problems for us. Chariots. Get yourselves in there, and if I can get my 2 infantrymen just to move back into actual position. That is one of their generals gone down. They are still pulling out their mercenaries. We can take care of those. Splatter those chaps. Okay, their warlord is fleeing as well. What we need to do is get the chariots well out of there at this point. Why are they not? There we go. Ah, he's gone. We actually caught him just as I paused. Ridiculous. Are we going to get ourselves killed? He might do, you know. No, they're routing. The thing is, we get the routes to happen so quickly, it really does help us out. I am really poor scumming this battle, an awful lot more than I normally would. Only really do that if I need to. This battle does seem to need it a little bit, doesn't it? Right, slingers are going to do some good damage. Head hurlers will start to be thrown in pretty soon. These guys, I was trying to hold off with these axemen. But it seems like the general's doing this job in the flank here, so I'm not sure. I think we've missed one of those generals, but I think it was the first one, so I'm not too worried about him, really. What we need to do with these guys, I think, then is... Yeah, we've got the spear warband to take on now. You guys, on to throwing now. Get to your throwing as soon as you can. What I want is the general to come up the flank. Yeah, the general is actually coming in. Send the warhounds onto those guys. Send the warhounds over there. I don't know. We'll just help with the general morale debuffs, I think, at this point. Magnificent stuff. General, you get yourself up here. I don't think they're going to last too long, actually. But what we need to do is try and get some of these men around the back. So you guys go after them. They're broken. They are broken. Magnificent. So we need to get people charging around the flanks. In fact, General, I don't actually think you're going to be needed at this point. If we can get slingers. Yep, they're gone. Perfect. You get in the back. You get in the back. Yeah, we're going to start rounding them up at this point. Wrap them up. You get around there. You just engage them. You get around to the flank. You guys start charging down the hill. That'll be magnificent. Yeah, they are just broken on all counts. I think that warlord, the one from the start of the battle, is going to get away, sadly. But, yeah, we've melted them here. This has been a perfect use of our chariots, if ever there was one. What we need to do is make sure any that aren't routing are very soon. Who is not routing? Just those screeching women. Well, we'll go hunt those down. You, sir, get these. We'll be absolutely fine. We'll get all missiles to stop. And this has been, well, one magnificent victory. Actually, we might just be able to just nip into these guys as they clear off. So we're going to get both generals onto them. In case it's the warlord we haven't caught yet. I'm not sure it is. There we go. That's everyone. A coward chase. Yeah, if we've got enough chariots, we can cause the breaks that we want. So, particularly with the head hurlers, the war dogs. War dogs do certainly help us out when it comes to chopping them all down. Look at them! Go, my pappies, go! Hunt down the German dogs. It's certainly Frankfurt is for dinner tonight, and the chariots want to come join the party. Oh, I think they're all pretty much gone. Even the handlers are kept up on this occasion. This is lovely stuff. I think that's the last few men being shot down in various locations. We'll speed that up. What have we lost here? Virtually nothing. 3%! I thought we might not even win this battle. And yeah, 3% lost. The puppies have finished the job by the looks of it. And 1,500 kills to only 40. That is how you fight a battle, ladies and gentlemen. Marvellous stuff. It takes a bit of getting used to, the Briton army. That is for sure. If they don't want peace now, they are utter fools. I would certainly give them that much. War declared between the Julii and Macedon. Doesn't bother me, but I think Macedon are involved in a number of alliances with my enemies. So, who are they allied with? Yeah, they're allied with the Gauls, the Germans, and the Dacians, or the Dacians, whatever they're supposed to be. Thrace. Thrace are allies with Scythia and the Greek cities. Interesting. Scythia allies with these chaps. There's some very strange alliance, circular alliances going on here. Can't quite keep up with it all. But there we go. Right. Nothing too much for me to join in with, to be honest. I'm quite happy with the Romans and the Spanish for now. We should probably mop up some of these guys, though, because they are wandering around a little bit aimlessly. Do you want peace now? Because he would be a little bit mad. They are clearly mad fools. That's fine. Well, they're going to... The problem is, they're just going to send men against us forever, aren't they? I think they are. They are, aren't they? Fine. We're going to have to send some men over to start dealing with these chaps. So we'll get you retrained. That's probably a sensible idea. Send the war dogs over here. In fact, we should probably start sending lots and lots of our chappies in that direction. Now, Trier actually isn't particularly well developed, is it? So, possibly a good idea if we start thinking about getting watchtowers down out and around the battlefields. Yes, not either of these guys are supposed to die, were they? No, they're both absolutely supposed to live, so no problem with them. Bedivere over here, he's become mildly extravagant. That's a bit of a shame. He spent too long in charge. +2 for utterly pragmatic, though. Pragmatically extravagant. In a marvellous mixture of things there. Okay. Our economy's good. Our towns are progressing. These have all grown at this point quite nicely. 4,500 already, so we're in a very strong position. I'm not too worried about all the big infrastructure projects over there. I'm going to continue to get a few troops out just to make sure my my expedition force is ready, which is of course what we're prepping over in Londinium right now. These guys are getting trained up. Frugal, which is a decent one by and large, but it does increase the squalor, so you must be careful about that. Frugal, war chief, rational beliefs, cold man is not good, but otherwise we picked up some decent little things here. The Freedman Clark is good, got that from our academy, I think. So yes, the economy should continue to boom with that sorted out. We'll get a load of chosen swordsmen, send those across the seas. We've got ourselves the chariots. What I probably want then is to train up something like war dogs, but yeah, can't actually do that. So we'll get a couple of head hurleys from Bericum, and then I suspect, yeah, these war dogs, we'll send a couple of those over on the boats as well. We possibly also want to think about the odd other thing like a diplomat and a spy. So if you two join that party, we'll send the expedition force off before too long. Okay, I need to go and chop up a few of those Germans who are wandering around, but otherwise I'm quite happy to... Yeah, I'm quite happy to kind of keep things where they are for now and just press on, because we'll just let them come to us. We'll be absolutely fine. Freya. Was Freya... I can't remember which one of those... Oh, no, that's obviously one of their gods. Not sure Freya's going to mix in with ours at all, is it? No, we're just going to keep it for a few turns, population growth. Yeah, that isn't going to mix with any of ours, sadly. But we've got to consider which of the bits of infrastructure we actually want for this town. Get the sewers, and then we'll start thinking about our new temple. Seeing as the Germans want to continue smashing their heads against the brick wall, I thought we might as well continue the campaign a little bit. Now, I know I said we weren't going to bother taking all their land, but having said that, we can defend this river. Actually, I kind of noticed these two spots in the river would be much easier to defend, wouldn't they? Just two to block up. So I think that is what we'll do. Maybe we'll try and knock them out of the game by assassinating everyone. Seems to be what we've learnt from the Kalmar Union campaign and from the Eastern Empire Rebels campaign. So we'll do the same thing here. We've already killed a few of their generals, and of course we do have one more to take out here. The random swordsmen who were standing around have been, I think they were axemen actually, being chopped up. They are piling their money on mercenaries. A few of these would have been ones who got away from last time. Yeah, this chap was in the last battle. I think we're just going to run them down with chariots, frankly. Let's go. As typically for any battle in the German forests, we've got ourselves an irritating forest to try and wangle around. So we're trying to use this little opening as much as possible, but obviously in the pre-Warhammer days we can't actually see through the trees properly. So it is going to make life awkward for us and a little bit easier for them. Our chariots are ploughing through our own men, which is always fantastically useful, isn't it? Let's get the chariots a little bit further forward then, you chaps. Get forward, smash up the line one more time, and we'll see if we can pull any of them in. The barbarian cav are indeed getting pulled in at this point. Honestly, chariots, if all of you pile in on them, I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. So they'll probably break from that before too long. Should probably hold back on all the other missiles going in. Yeah, that took a little bit too long, a bit too much damage to our chariots there. It was a bit of an unfortunate event, but we'll get them to go and take up that flank. At least it's one unit down. If we get everyone else then, minus our 3 chariots, to group together, and we will, we'll plod forward a little bit more, please. Thank you very much. Chariots can take up this particular side of things. Looks like they are... yeah, they're just kind of running in and out. I can't really decide what they're doing right now. It's kind of irritating. Just come to battle. Come and die, please. It's a lot easier if you just let us win. Quite simply, I'm just going to send the warhounds in at this point because I'm fed up of waiting for them to do anything interesting for me. Everyone else, let's just keep on pressing forward. We'll get some shots in as we get closer. The war dogs are going to come in. That should cause a bit of chaos. Send in our generals over to the chariot flank. Yes, that looks like it's going to cause a bit of fun. Go on to skirmish. They've broken over there. Barbarian mercenaries won't last very long at all. Get all the cav in on them. No, they are melting. As long as we're not wasting our shots on these chaps. Apparently we are. Apparently we are, but all is fine. Let's get those cav back into some sort of sensible position. We'll try and reorganise again. No idea really what's happening because, quite frankly, who knows what's happening when you're in the forest battle like this. We'll get our forces to keep on pressing forward, please. Here we are. We seem to be coming up to them now. It is a bit irritating when you're this close, though, isn't it, in the forest? It's kind of cool, but it would be nice if it was a bit more accessible for us to actually get on with the battle. Right, all my chariots. You get out onto this flank over here. That'd be magnificent. Try not to destroy... General, just stay back. Just stay back, mate. To be honest, you're just causing problems. Right, the heads are coming in. Heads are rolling. Heads are flying. Heads are being, well, tossed in every direction, frankly. Right, if we get, to be honest, everyone, just all units in on the general at this point. To be honest, that's probably what we need to do. He's going to break. There's nothing really left of his army. All missiles, if you go off shooting, please. Be magnificent. We'll get the chariots to go and chunk down what's left of the infantry. Bit of an orchid battle. It's quite picturesque. It's a nice little forest here. Wasn't about 2 trees on the map. It's a bit irritating that we've had such a ridiculous forest. But there we are. We've managed to clear out more forces. How many are left of them? About 30% somewhere in this forest. We're going to have to mop them up. I don't really know where they are, but hopefully we'll grab them all. Somewhere in this direction someone's fleeing. Yeah, go and grab those chaps. Come on chariots, get on with your job. Clear victory for us then, magnificent work, and I think that's going to pave the way pretty nicely. Probably the best defence against this settlement over here. Well, it's actually got stone walls despite what it shows. It doesn't actually have the icon for it on this screen. I've never thought about that particular part of it, but I don't know how come. I suppose these are little graphics that have been made, so there isn't one for the barbarians. It probably is in Barbarian Invasion, so I can probably dig that out and try and make the icon appear on the screen there, but it doesn't really matter too much. We will start moving towards Batavidorum, and you know what? If we can just make these flip to rebel and have a rebel boundary with the Dacians or the Dacians or whatever, that'd be grand. Albeit we actually do already have a border with them, don't we? Which is worrying because they're just going to cause annoyances, but Dacia aren't particularly powerful. But they do actually have a part of phrase here, so they have started well. They started well indeed. Have noticed that Dacia doesn't seem to be very. People always talk about Numidia being the sort of the classically trickiest campaign. Now I know their army isn't great, but neither Dacia's exactly. Well, I say that they have good floutsmen and chosen swordsmen. They have good archer warband, some good cavalry later on. It's not the worst, but they're in a really tough position. Dacia, you basically have to go and smash Greece. I find it interesting people don't talk about their campaign being a tricky one more often, because I think they're a little bit too close to Rome really to not get pulled into that too soon. Oh well. nonetheless, we might get to a Dacia campaign one day. It looks like this Roman army are struggling to get home. Really having problems, aren't they? Although we have problems with money at the moment because I've been spending it all on this new army here. So I should probably, hold back on some of these boat repairs. I probably don't need all of that to go on my campaigns. No, I tell you what, if I have about 6, 7 and some of experience, I should be fine. So if I grab the ones with most experience, 13, there's a 30 there. Yeah, we'll retrain the 13 boat. That should mean, I think that's what we're already doing, but I can't tell which one. So we'll retrain both of the 13s. Why not? And hopefully we'll be ready to start going pretty soon. We are sending our troops down. We've got the chariots over here. Magnificent stuff. We'll send some dogs as well. Not worry about road warriors, but a bit of warband wouldn't be the worst idea in the world either. So we'll pick up some of these, and we'll have to, I just realised we'll have to redo the boats once again. I am a ruddy fool, aren't I? Well, we're taking out a little bit of a German band here. King Arthur's come to join the campaign, which is marvellous. We're going to make sure these chariots, though, are shooting down the spear warband, because they're obviously the dangerous one in this particular force. We must make sure our generals are sensible enough to stay well out of the battle with those particular chaps. Sure, they'll be fine if they're not complete fools. Yes, we'll mostly be able to break them with the chariot charges, but just a little bit wary of these spear chappies. Their barbarian warband want to come charge at us. They're welcome. They're going to break as soon as we slam into them. Keep away. Why are you going so close, Arthur? Absolute madman. Hopefully, we might be able to find Excalibur here today, but I don't think that's likely. We seem to... I don't know. I'm increasingly thinking he's not the real Arthur, but we'll see about that in good time, won't we? We'll see about that. We are coming close to the next German city, of course. Now, I have noticed there's some chosen axemen in their capital across the rivers, so we are going to have to be fairly sensible and fairly clever about that as we go forward. Are there many of them there? 11. See if you can catch up with those. No real worries over there. Actually, no. Sorry. You do that. Go back onto... Right, I can hear the women screeching their heads off at this point. They are good fun, but they're a bit noisy, aren't they? Ah! Yeah, German women. That's what we all want, isn't it? Right. General, get yourself around the back then. We're going to try and take them out. Just going to be careful about the warband as we obviously shoot them down with the chariots. Yeah, they're not very happy about being flanked. They're very much looking for protection at this point. I don't really blame them, but the arrow fire should do for them in good time. We'll get the chariots to thunder into the rear then. I'm sure it'll all be fine. You can actually see there Madoc himself charging right at the front. All will be fine. Right, just don't get anyone shot, please. Mop them up. Clear enough victory for us there. A fair amount of kills. Marvellous, marvellous good news. And with that, we have ourselves a good victory. Retinue expands. Famous warrior for Madoc. I was hoping he would pick up Excalibur after all that, but alas not. No, but he's got Superior Commander. Working out well for him. Lovely. Yeah, see, he's better than Arthur at this point. Arthur's just letting the team down. Old man at this stage. His father, Uther, he's living forever. He's 74. We might even have a King Arthur. This might not be the... as I said, the real incarnation of him. We'll find out. He's been in a few watchtowers. He actually found out Noricum is Gallic, which I do quite like Noricum. It's easy enough to defend. It does work. Cisalpa and Gaul has been taken by the Julii. Not surprising, but worth noting. Venetia is still part of Gaul, as is Levarvum and Noricum up here. So yeah, this isn't a bad one to get because it's very easy to clog these two passes. So it wouldn't be a bad little place to take, but it would bring us into conflict with the Romans. I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. Now, I do have forces. It doesn't look like the Romans are going to crack this. Normally, if they do crack this, it's very early on. But yeah, they haven't managed it on this particular occasion, which is a bit of a... well, no, it's a good thing for us, but yeah, in some ways it could be a problem if Vindex decides to turn around to us. Shouldn't do. We've got some forces here, but probably not enough to actually keep them at bay forever. What I want to do is try and wrap up this German war, before we get stuck with all the rest of it. So I was hoping we'd have enough movement points by separating the army, but we didn't. So we'll try and take out these guys before we head into Butavodorum. Increasingly, I'm just thinking we should just kill the Germans off. Maybe just leave them with just Vicus Marco Manni over here. This one up here, actually, I can't remember what it's called right now, is actually very rich. Yeah, Locus Gothy. Vicus Gothy is a very rich settlement with all the amber and the mines over here. So it's a bit of a shame to kind of stop there. But actually, it wouldn't be a bad place to stop along this border. So in spite of me saying I don't want to take them out, we might well find that that's what we do. The war with Gaul has surprisingly stalled. Obviously, we're not actually at war right now. We are trading with them, which is good to know. And I have got the boat, by the way, off sailing around the world. We've got a fairly solid army. We've got Gawain and Elwood over here. So we're sending 2 generals because we want to make sure we have a family tree in that part of the world, wherever we end up. With these 2 chaps, we should be able to have plenty more people in that part of the world wherever we do settle. So where are they? I think they're both on this part of the line, the Madoc line. So Gawain is the oldest. He's got a young daughter called Igerna. Then we've got Edward here, who's the 3rd. So yes, Esclabor is staying in, I think he's in Bataforum right now. No, Sampa Brava even. He's over here right now. So, oh no, that's Bedivere. I don't know where he's gone. Is he over in Trier at this point? Yes, he is. He's over in Trier. We've got no one in Alessia, which is potentially problematic. We are getting the walls built. We've got spies around. Well, not spies. We've got watchtowers around, so we largely know what's going on. Well. We have ourselves a pretty big encounter here with the Germans. Sort of very split up at the moment. Their main force is hiding to the east, right next to my spy, as it happens. Now, the Chosen Axemen. These guys are redonkulous when it comes down to it. 19 attack, 5 charge bonus. Crazy bunch of abilities as well. We need to be very careful with those. And they've got some Sarmatian mercenaries. They've dragged those far across the world. They are, yeah, quite demonic as they go. We don't have our knights with us. It should be said. So we need to be careful about that. Illyrian mercenaries as well. So yeah, between the Spear Warband and that could be a bit of an awkward one to deal with. What else have we got? Yes, this should be a little bit easier. We'll try and pick them off at the corner of the battlefield, same with them. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll keep our main force back a bit. We'll be able to win over those with missiles anyway, so it should be a problem. What we'll do is we'll try and send our chariots out to go and knacker those forces on the flanks. See about that. Madoc, of course, has taken the mantle because Arthur's old and not really the true Arthur, so we're going to ignore him at this point. But I have sent him to come join the army over here. So, yeah, let's get into battle. There should be... they just keep pumping armies out of nowhere, to be honest. I'm going to say it should be one of the last big battles, but they just keep on coming, the Germans. Interesting battlefield here. Naturally, as you might imagine, we've got ourselves plenty of men in. Interesting little battlefield here. We've got most of the men in the centre, of course. We're trying to snipe off these guys nice and early on. If these guys can... No, Arthur, don't do that. Yeah, if we can make sure we shoot up the Spear Warband, we'll be absolutely fine. Do not get yourself pulled into melee, thank you very much. Get yourselves out of there. Chariots have been lunatics as ever they were. Unfortunately, those axemen are possibly going to get away now, which is not really what I wanted from this, but unfortunately we can't really get close enough because of the darn Spear Warband. Right, shoot these guys down. Get the generals in around the side. Try and cause them some damage as much as possible. And we'll just be shooting these guys for the time being. And what's happening over here? Sarmatians are turning towards us. Yeah, naturally, we've got most of our army in the centre here. In a fairly obvious formation. What I possibly... oh, gosh, you guys have got yourselves in a stupid position and you're not going to react, obviously. Now, General, if you can smash up the Sarmatian mercenaries, that would be very nice indeed. So get in there. Oh, he doesn't want to do it now, does he? He doesn't want to do it at all. We are light enough to catch them, though. Lovely. Get into battle. We might well lose one of our generals. You never know what's going to happen with these guys, but we should be fine if we have any sense. I say that, we just need to hope that we don't get an unlucky catch on us. Perfect. So that's the main army coming into us at this point. We need to be very careful that we don't get ourselves killed. Okay, Chosen Axemen. It could be a problem, but I think we're okay for the moment. We just want to shoot down these guys. If we can get them to break, that would be grand, because I would like to get rid of this force ASAP. We're going to send in Maddock into the rear. It's a risky move, but blow the horn of destiny. He didn't pull back. No, get out of there. They turned around. Big problem for him. He's going to struggle with that. Yeah, I did blow the horn of destiny to try and keep him safe, which is why I sent him and not the other lads. If you can get into the chosen axeman, you, sir, just pull out of the way. No, he's right at the... Okay, get in there. I can see the general right there, and he needs to keep himself safe. Come on, Maddock, be sensible. Chosen axeman could cause us a lot of problems, but I'm just hoping for the break. Yes, they are broken. That is good. They fled, which kind of suits me, to be honest. So we can get on. We can get on with the rest of it. Is that all of them fleeing? It is indeed all of them fleeing. So they are gone completely. Right, infantry, charge them down. Dogs, run after them. General, see what you can do. We can certainly take out the Illyrians. These guys, we have plenty of time to get some shots in, but it's not ideal, sadly. Not ideal at all. Illyrians dealt with, as you might imagine. We're just going to send in the general here. Hopefully just a nip will cause the rout. No, pull out of there. Pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out. Okay, sadly, nothing doing with those guys. But maybe we're just going to hold them in there long enough to get the shots away. We can try and have a charge to see if they break from us being nearby, but no, it's not going to be worth it. It's not worth it to get ourselves and our generals killed. Fine, fine, fine. Right, who's over there for Illyrian mercenaries? We'll go take those out, but let's be honest, we'll just leave them. Few kills, not as big of a victory as I was hoping for, but with them fleeing, what can you do, eh? What can you do? Annoyingly, they're probably going to flee straight into the city that I want to take. Great. Just great. Okay. Now what we can do, we can... Oh, this is quite irritating because I can't really take on that city as it is. We might need to go and try and draw them into the field first. So I might just have to hang around here and see if they want to come for me. Well, a fair few turns later, I've been trying to siege out Batavidorum and yeah, even got a little fort there to see if I could pull them in. But no, alas not. They have finally, though, decided to attack, and, well, they've got a little bit of loss down to attrition, but not too much. Not particularly great general in terms of command, but yeah, he's particularly impressive for management. It'd be a shame for them to lose him. Plus, my morale should bear that in mind as well. Energetic is a very good trait to have. Yeah, nice chap, all things considered, but it's going to go down, unfortunately. The reinforcements are a couple of skirmishers and warband and axemen. They will be easy to take out. So this is kind of how we wanted to do this battle, so that very much suits me. 2-to-1 ratio, it says. I think yeah, I think I'll be pretty confident about this one. Let's head into battle. Let's clear out the Germans and stake our claim to Batavidorum. Naturally, we don't want to take these guys out instantaneously. We need time for these guys to enter the battlefield, otherwise they might just decide to flee. I would like my chariots to start shooting in, particularly on the chosen axemen. These guys can head out to that flank. Generals, you can also do the same. We shouldn't have too many problems taking on this first force. They, well, I don't think we should take any hits whatsoever. We do just need to be a little bit careful. We obviously want these guys to enter the battlefield and get close enough so that we can take them out. These spears are very worrying because they are so difficult to deal with. The axemen, despite being a lot better, are not really of any concern to me. Chosen axemen are going to run in over here. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. See what I'm going to do. Get my chariots to hit these skirmishers. Get these chariots to hit them. Get the cav to pull out of here. And with that, I'm sure we can cause all the damage we want. Chariots are going to cause them all sorts of panic. Yep, the charge there has caused the break. Everyone else into the skirmisher warband, then we'll clear those out without any real issues. That means they are fleeing. They are still wandering in. We need to try and find a way of taking out all of these auxiliary units so that we're just left with the spearmen. They are coming into us. Attack! Right. Well, we'll get the barbarian cav just to finish them off. Otherwise, we want our chariots to come back over here, please. Try and reorganise, and then we can go and take out their little side units. It certainly looks like they are getting pulled into me a little bit. I don't quite know where they are, where they're trying to go, actually. They're in a bit of a strange position. Are they trying to flee in this direction or just trying to pick up a new position? I'm not sure. Tell you what I will do though, I'll start grabbing my main force back here, start running forwards at them because I do want to make sure we catch them out in the open field as much as possible. So you go and deal with them. That should be these two chariots shooting into the spearmen over here. Marvellous. And hopefully the rest of our chariots can deal with them. So we do want you two guys to be No, I've got this completely wrong. Okay, scrap that. You guys go and do that. You two need to be shooting into those spears. Lovely. They are running forward at this point actually, so I need to be careful what I do with all of this. Fine, fine, fine. Get yourselves into that position there then. That works for me. General is charging in, which is interesting. Possibly then need to get these missile troops back. What have we got? Head hurlers and the slingers. Fine, you guys get yourselves back. Do what you can from behind the lines. Now you really need to get yourself not caught out. That would be magnificent. We'll get those guys to charge into the flanks. Spearmen in there. Are we going to get a charge in? They're going to charge us. Okay, we probably should be doing a war cry at this point, which I keep forgetting to use because I'm an utter fool. So, generals, just got to be careful as we get into this position. Hoping we just break them here. We could cause some Yeah, they've instantly broken. Just need to be incredibly careful when it comes to those. Right, you guys. One of you turn on your skirmish. Go head on to that guy. You get yourself over there. Cav, race your way back across the battlefield. And it looks like he is charging on in on us. So, get on with that. I think these guys are on skirmish. They really shouldn't be. But whatever, it's all fine. Right, get on in there, chaps. Get on in there. My two generals can come over this side. That would be what I want from them most of all. Okay, their general is getting himself pretty darn bad at this point. Axeman charging in over there. That's the general gone. He's been hacked down, and hopefully that means they won't last too long. Dogs, get on them. Dogs, get onto them, please. Chariots are getting into this particular flank over here. Yes, that's them going. Marvellous news. Charge into there. You guys get into the flank. They are in that position. They are just skirmishing. Magnificent. Get in behind them. Infantry. They are melting. Completely melting. That is perfect. All missiles. Focus on something like that, please. You get into the flank because they're going to start struggling very, very quickly indeed. And with that, we should be wrapping them up with almost nothing lost, really. We probably lost a few men just to be charged in back there. Particularly that unit that had to take on... Yeah, their heads have done the job. Yeah, particularly that unit that had to take on the general. Probably took a bit of damage, but by and large, seem to clear them out. Can all missiles go off shooting at this point? You know, all of you just shoot at them. That's fine. The rest of them just need to be chased up. If we can mop them all up, we can walk into the city, of course. So this is pretty ideal, all things considered. Another big victory for us here. Spear Warband can be incredibly awkward to deal with. However, as we've seen, if we can get the morale to drop, we are in a good position. So it's just trying to wangle all of that stuff around. Get into those axemen, please, because they need to be dealt with. And really, it is just these last few guys here. They're getting all the heads in the world thrown at them. All of their good old friends being lobbed into their heads. Perfect. Right, well, that seems to be them gone as well. Last unit, all missiles, is this one here. Please go and deal with them. That is everyone gone. Perfect. So no more of that. Just go and deal with them. General, get on top of those. The dogs are chasing them down, as you'd imagine. And over here, just one or two more units to chop up. Magnificent work again. Almost nothing lost, I think. 7%. That is incredibly tidy for what could have been a very awkward battle. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Just need to make sure we've got enough of them collected. 93. No, we should. Sometimes you find it a bit weird with cities where they do just get back inside. But normally when you go over 90%, they just all melt. So we should see that here as well. Hopefully we're able to walk straight in the city. They have no general after all. There was that one unit who got away at the start, was there, who fled? Can't even remember. That was ages ago at this point. Maybe that was even a different battle. I don't even know anymore. Victory is indeed the warriors. Victory is the warriors. I can't talk anymore. I'm going to stop talking. 1,200 kills. 0 from Captain Tudrus. But yes, a few kills for the other army there. Most of them, this one warband unit, probably just chasing people down. I don't really know. Oof, well, hopefully that's the city. Indeed it is. With that we can, I'm going to say, occupy. It's happy enough, then we will occupy it. Hopefully. Now, they might accept peace. We have nothing to offer in return. You have trade and peace to offer. Why won't they take my peace? Oh well, most advanced faction is Egypt. Interesting indeed. Not really surprising, to be honest. Yes, you might have seen down here that the Romans have actually taken Patavium. And you can see here actually that this is a barbarian stone wall, that the barbarians do get on with building these buildings that I have let them have. So yeah, you can see that in action there. Massilia's under siege. This isn't good. To send someone to come and help out. Oh, this is awkward because I can't actually get around to that, can I? I can't attack them. I'm just going to hope that they win that. They have more forces here. Gather them together. Go and defend Marseille, please, because I'd much rather that I control that, or at least the Romans take a bit longer to get it. They don't have the Balearics. They do have Sardinia. Africa is still Carthaginian. I could go for Carthage. I could indeed. Alright, well, let's just see where we are at the moment. We're sailing along Portugal right now, which is lovely. Okay, we can continue to sail this way. We have plenty of ships. We haven't encountered any rebels thus far, so we're looking pretty good. Gallic Navy trying to sail through here. I don't think they will. We obviously have control of all of that. So, Battle of Dawn, let's have a quick look at the town here. It was only a large town? Okay, yeah, it's getting close to growing. Probably good that I didn't smash it up completely. Arthur has taken control of the settlement for now. He's a drunkard, apparently. That's disappointing. I've made a careful note not to have taverns in my town, but he did have I think he did have the drink trait to start with. So yeah, he's obviously picked that up over time. Sad. But Uther, still alive, by the way. Still alive. We still don't have King Arthur. We're still actually Prince Arthur, as it happens. So, yeah, he will continue to live forever and ever, obviously. I think I'm finally getting to the point where I can start to build these stables, because I've been desperately trying to do a public order. Obviously, standard problem with barbarians. Our population growth is still rocketing up right now. So, I just need to try and make sure we're okay. A few bits of economy coming through. The Barracum has grown. So we're looking solid there. I've just got to keep an eye on Lavarvum down here, actually. So I'm going to get myself a spy over in Montagatium over here, or Mogotiacum, whatever it is. All right. Well, the Germans have been pushed back. We've now got them kind of where we want, which is over a couple rivers, forests in the way. So this is probably the best position for us to be in. But at that point, it does beg, why don't we just go and take them all anyway? We could, after all, just have this as our river boundary, maybe ignoring Dacia, but whatever. Who knows? Who knows what the future will hold? The Gauls, I think we're going to be pulled into war with them soon, because I want to try and influence some of these battles with the Romans. So we will see about all of that in time. We obviously do have our expedition force with Admiral Cador on its way round. I'm thinking at the moment this might be a good place to start off. Maybe go and grab our lovely Balearic Islands. Maybe go and grab Africa itself. That could be good fun. And perhaps head over to Crete. Oh yes, that's Greek, of course. Maybe we'll get Cyrene. I do like Cyrene. We'll see about all of that in good time, ladies and gentlemen. I think for now, though, it's probably time to leave it with the Briton Kingdom pushing further into Germanic territory. It's looking good, isn't it? I'm just amazed the Gauls haven't attacked me back just yet, but that might well happen in time. I will leave it for now. I'm Thomas, this is Human, and this has been our King Arthur campaign. Thank you, and goodbye.
shoot the flames of death into their eyes.
Oh no, we're gonna die!
Coward, 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 coward.
Stop, sir! You're supposed to die! Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Our ballistas can actually shoot our own gates! Okay, let's get on with this battle. Run away,